You may be concerned because you only have 3 days a week to work out. Maybe you're a beginner, maybe you're not a beginner, and you're just simply curious about how effective 3 times a week full body workouts really are. Well, actually, I did a poll recently on my Instagram, which if you don't follow, right there, and I was surprised to find out how many people want to know about 3-day full body workouts. I don't think a lot of people understand the actual effectiveness of this style of training. So in this video, I'm gonna go ahead and break down everything you need to know, as well as give you a sample workout so you can go off, build your own, and make some damn gains. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy John Mango, and I'm here. I'm representing Beyond the Iron, where I'm looking to take your fitness and your nutrition further so you may change your life forever. If you're new to the channel, this is the type of content that I'm dropping here 3 days to 4 days a week. We're talking fitness tips, tricks, strategies, nutrition, workouts, everything in between that you need to reach your goals faster and more enjoyably. So if that's something that you're interested in, which of course you should be, consider subscribing. Let's go ahead and talk about 3 days a week full body workouts. One thing I do want to let you know is that if you stay until the end, that's when I'm going to go ahead and break down all the information I gave you into a sample 3 days a week full body workout program. Take a shot every time I say that in this video. Let's go ahead and start this off with a fun fact. Fun fact is 3 days a week full body training has been shown to be a lot more optimal in a lot of cases than something like a push-pull leg split, especially if you're a beginner. If you're more intermediate advanced, you're looking to work out 5 to 6 days a week, then I still would recommend going off something like a push-pull leg split, in which case if you're interested in that, I do have a video right up here that talks all about it and tells you everything you need to know. And similar to that video, I'm gonna be dropping some studies in the bottom of the description of this video that you can check out, that I'm gonna refer to back up the points that I make in this video. Before I start breaking down the structure of the workout program and how to build your own, let's talk about some of the benefits that come with this style of training. So the first thing is gonna be higher frequency, okay? Now, if you're not too sure how frequency affects all that, I do have a video on the channel about that. But essentially what it means is you're able to hit the muscle group more frequently. Obviously you're hitting the entire body 3 days per week, whereas in something like a bro split, especially a bro split, the frequency is extremely low, and therefore your total weekly volume can't be, or probably won't be, as high as a full body routine. As an example of this, let's say you do chest on day 1 of your bro split, okay? And maybe you hit it with 15 sets, which by the way is quite a bit of volume, but let's go ahead and say 15 sets. The thing is since you hit it for 15 sets, that's a lot of volume, but your muscle protein synthesis, in other words, the amount of time that your body spends actually building or repairing the muscle, only lasts for up to 48 hours post-workout. So roughly 2 days after you hit that chest workout, your body is no longer growing in that area. Whereas if you hit a higher frequency split like the 3-day full body workout program, this time you can hit, let's say, 5 sets every single time you go in the gym, which would also total a weekly volume of 15 sets, just like the first one. However, in this case, you are elevating muscle protein synthesis 3 times throughout the week as opposed to just once. As well, and obviously that's going to compound massively as you are now going from 52 chest workouts per year to 156 potential chest workouts per year. That is if you don't skip out on any of them, which if you're a male, I'm sure you won't. Yeah, leg day is going to be a whole different story there, buds. So that is a major benefit of this higher frequency approach, is taking advantage of elevated muscle protein synthesis more throughout the week. Another thing here is specialization of lifts. So what I mean by this is simply the fact that you are going into the gym and you're able to practice certain lifts more times per week. And the more you practice a lift, the more efficient you're going to get at it. Another benefit that actually ties into that one is the fact that the more proficient you become at an exercise is going to result in getting better at the exercise, which also translates to getting stronger in the exercise. Getting stronger, more elevated muscle protein synthesis, of course combine this with proper nutrition, and and you're gonna have that much more gains. So hopefully it's clear that this is a very, very good split, especially for beginners. This is really all you need, as you don't need to be going in the gym hitting all this isolation work. You're really building that foundation. And honestly, for anybody that's really looking to put on a very, very good amount of muscle and get a lot stronger than they are right now, and don't really want to look like a bodybuilder or, you know, live like one, then this may be the best split you can do. Unless you're like me, in which case it's tough to keep me out of the gym, then, you know, a push-pull leg split with some higher per session volume would be more beneficial. All right, perfect. So now let's go ahead and talk about how to structure your full body routine. So obviously you can split this up into 3 different workouts throughout the week, but what I would recommend is having workout A and workout B, 2 variations. So from week to week, the first week you're gonna be doing workout A twice. So workout A, workout B, and workout A again. And then the next week it's gonna alter workout B, workout A, workout B, and so on. Again, this is going to ensure that you can focus on multiple different exercises that you want to specialize and get stronger in, and it's just gonna give yourself a little bit more variety between the workouts, because the last thing you want to do is get bored of your workout program, as that's going to lower the chance of you sticking to it. Now let's quickly talk about the exercise order, prioritization, and all that. So typically it's best to start off with lower body, because the lower body is, you know, the biggest muscle groups on the body, the legs obviously, they're going to demand the most energy, and those lifts that you do for the lower body, such as the squats, the deadlifts, yes, deadlifts are mostly lower body, hack squats, leg presses, anything that's really targeting the entire lower body like that, usually carries over onto other parts of the body, and again, it requires so much energy that it's best to start those off fresh. And from there, of course, you're gonna go into the upper body stuff. Now, obviously, like I said before, for the sake of variety and also just to tailor to your specific body type, maybe you realize that even with barely working out, your legs are massive and you would like to focus more on the upper body, then by all means, have one of the days or even both of the days start with your upper body, but definitely, this is again, full body, don't be skipping out one or the other. Now, for the volume, you should be splitting this evenly between muscle groups, between the different days of the week. So what I mean by this is you could have a little bit more emphasis in terms of sets and reps on your lower body in the first day, but on the second day, be sure to even it out with the upper body, because again, this is really to make sure that your entire body gets the exact same, essentially the same attention and the same volume, and then from there, as you go throughout the lifting career, as you build more muscle and strength, you're gonna be able to tailor, see what weak points are coming, see what's working, see what's not, and then adjust accordingly. Now let's briefly talk about exercise selection. Exercise selection, always prioritize compound exercises, and more preferably free weight compound exercises. Now before you go in there as a beginner to try to do these exercises, one of my biggest tips would always be to hire a personal trainer or a coach to make sure that they coach you on the proper technique first. You don't have to have them the whole time, but make sure that you're comfortable and have a foundation of how to properly execute those basic bread and butter exercises. And from there, again, prioritize those. So for example, squat, overhead press, deadlifts, bench press, barbell rows, those kinds of things. Okay, from there, you can move into machines as you go through your workout. Instead of all free weight exercises for the upper body, you might be getting tired, you might move towards machine compound exercise. Remember, compound is a exercise that works multiple muscle groups at once. It's a multi-joint movement. And then from there, if you have any extra time, or again, you really just want to do it to bring up those biceps, you really just want some bigger biceps, then hey, by all means, you can throw in some isolation, but I don't recommend any more than 2 isolation workouts at the end of the workout. One, for the sake of time, but also again, most of that energy should be going towards the compounds that are building your foundation. Now let's quickly talk about sets and reps. How many sets should you do? How many reps should you do? And honestly, the best thing you could do to maximize both strength and muscle at once is to work within what's called a hypertrophy range. And this is typically 8 to 12 reps. The reason why this is such a great range is because you don't need so much rest in between those sets, and you're getting sufficient volume at a sufficient intensity that it's going to produce both muscle gains and strength gains. However, one thing I would recommend, again, variation purposes and just to get the best of both worlds a little bit more is to focus one of your days more on strength, and then the other one could be more so based on hypertrophy, or better yet, you can simply break your routine up into blocks. Let's say 4, 8, 16 week blocks, where in the first block you're doing all exercises between 8 to 12 reps, and then the next block, 8, 16 weeks later, you're focusing more on the 2 to 6 rep range or the 5 to 7, something like that, that's more strength based. As for sets, you should be looking somewhere between 3 to 5 sets for all major compound exercises, and with isolation you can get away with 2 sets simply because there's crossover from the previous compound exercises into those isolation exercises at the end. And that is essentially a structure and a foundation as to how to build one, and I'm going to give you an example workout here in a sec, but I just want to mention also that, you know, this is a lot of trial and error. You got to figure out what works for you. So my recommendation is you can start with the example workout I'm going to give you in a sec, or one that you built off the structure I just gave you, but the key here is to stick to it for a long enough period of time. Minimum, absolute minimum should be 2 months, and from there you're going to start noticing some pretty good results so long as you stick to it and your nutrition is on point. And then you can make some tweaks if need be, or maybe you love it, maybe you need a little bit more, maybe you need a little bit more variety. Whatever the case is, stick to it long enough so that you can see those results, because I guarantee you will see them regardless. You know, if you stick with it for a year, you're gonna see some tremendous results. But again, if you need or want to tweak somewhere before that point, then by all means, so long as you stick to it for at least 2 months, you're good to go. I've written down a very basic 3 days per week full body workout program for you, okay? Now I'm gonna be giving you exercises, the days, and the sets and reps for each of them, okay? We're gonna start off with workout A. So again, workout A and B, you can have 3, 4, 5, up to you, although I do recommend 2 for the fact that you want to keep repeating the same exercises at least twice per week. So workout A, we're gonna start it off with squats. You're doing 5 sets of 5 reps. That's gonna be followed by a stiff-legged deadlift, okay? The deadlift variation. 3 sets, 6 reps. Also, by the way, this workout is gonna focus on strength, as you can tell by the sets and reps. A little bit higher rest times, but lower reps and higher weight. Next up, you've got the flat barbell bench press, 4 sets of 5 reps. Next, you've got a row, any row of your choice. I would go with a machine row at that point because of the carryover from the deadlift. 3 sets, 6 reps. From there, you can go into an overhead press or a assisted or machine press for shoulders, okay? You're gonna do 3 sets of 6 reps on that and finish up with some chin-ups, either assisted or even weighted if you still have some energy left in the tank. 3 sets of 5 reps. Now, when you're focusing on strength, you can do accessory exercises, but again, strength does come from heavier loads that is facilitated with barbell free weight compound exercises. And next up, we're gonna have workout B, okay? So that's gonna be your hypertrophy, or in other words, muscle gain focused workout. So the rep ranges and sets are different, as well as some of the exercise selections. So first up is gonna be a front squat, and we're doing 4 sets of 8 reps on that one. Next up is lunges, 3 sets of 12 reps. After that, it's going to be an incline dumbbell press, which is 4 sets of 10 reps. After that is going to be lat pull downs at 3 sets, 8 to 10 reps. Finally, you've got a seated dumbbell or seated machine press for the shoulders, 2 sets, 12 reps. And last but not least, 1 isolation workout of your choice, whether it's laterals, rear delts, it could be biceps, a little more triceps, but you're gonna do 1 isolation exercise for 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps. So let's say workout A is gonna be on Monday, workout B that I just laid out on Wednesday, and then you're gonna repeat workout A on the Friday. Just like that. This workout program is sick, super basic, and just because you don't have a lot of time doesn't mean that you won't be able to maximize your strength and muscle gains. Trust me, if you do a workout similar to the one I just provided you, you stay consistent with it, apply trial and error, apply progressive overload, track your weights, and all that good stuff, then I guarantee you will see and be very impressed with the results, and they will take you to a whole nother level, right? So don't let it be a factor, don't let it be an excuse that I only have 3 days a week to work out. That is more than plenty, and you can make all the gains you need and want. However, if you want to be a bodybuilder and you're at least in the intermediate stages, then no, this will not be the most optimal thing for you. But again, that is 1% of the population. For the other 99% of you, this is a great split, great to save time as as well. Great to stay productive in your day, give you some good energy, get you feeling strong, get you building some muscle, get you looking good, and that's gonna be it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you stuck around to this point, comment full body gains down below and I'll appreciate you a little bit more. And I always appreciate the support. Thank you so much for watching these videos and always showing your support. Go ahead and leave a like, comment down below whatever else you'd like to see. I'd love to bring it to you on the channel. And don't forget to share with your friends, subscribe for weekly fitness content 3 to 4 times a week. That's all I got for today. Thanks again for watching, everyone, and I'm out.